It is often held that with the advent of technology, the era of art is under threat. But it is important to realize that technology provides greater avenues of artistic expression, albeit not in traditional ways. The discussion that ensues follows the works of Leonora Carrington and Hannah Hooch, and how they utilize the changing ideas and means of expression around them to create compelling artworks. Leona Carrington was an influential figure of the Surrealist movement, whose works tended to focus on the change and incorporated in themselves ethereal and whimsical elements. Much like other members of the Surrealist movement, Carrington was interested in deciphering the workings of the subconscious mind and the meaning of dreams. The characters in her paintings were fantastical in nature, often having both human parts, which she incorporated in her works to examine human identity, especially as it related to the rapidly changing external world. In much of her works, the theme of female sexuality is discussed. While discussing this theme, Carrington ensued that the artwork did not relapse back to the old trope of depicting women in sexual context, but instead, the artwork provided a platform through which women's self-perception could be shown, and the role of women in patriarchal contexts can be highlighted. The beings that are depicted in Carrington's works have the characteristics of both men and women and are somewhat of a hybrid of humans and beasts. It could be said that, as it pointed out by several critics, there is a certain sensuality and fragile glow in Carrington's work, the point of which is to depict femininity, known as a weakness, but as the strength. In many of her works, such as Self-Portrait, Anne of the Dawn Horse, these qualities persist, which point towards the brilliance of their maker. The history of photomontages is quite old and rich, which provides European artists to create new artworks from different pieces of visual culture. These artworks were being used in the Western world to problematize the ideas around gender, politics, and culture in general. For example, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Rollo Hussman's The Art Critique depicts a macho man wearing a suit and holding a pencil, which stands not only for power and creativity, but also for masculinity as it emerges from the crotch. Hannah Hooch provided a fresh counter to such portrayals by presenting photomontages depicting gender from a feminist viewpoint. Hooch was introduced to the Dada group through her boyfriend, Hussman, but her works were not taken with much earnestness as those of the male members of the group, despite having an equal, if not greater, authenticity and vigor to them. Those in the Dada group aimed to offer the critique of problematic aspects of society by using art as a sarcastic tool in her work titled Head of State, which depicts the German president of the time alongside his defense minister. The cut of these two figures appeared in front of an embroidery design depicting butterflies and flowers wearing swimsuits. While the sarcastic elements of the artwork is apparent, upon closer consideration, one also notices that the artworks stand for two disillusional people of people of power who reside in their own whimsical and world, irrespective of the real and concrete sufferings of individuals around them. Moreover, the background stands for the assigned functions of women in Germany at that time. in front of which the individuals are stripped of their traditional markers of masculinity, the art story. In this way, Gooch's brilliant photo images represent both a critique of the political and gender landscape of time.